Hi, I'm Jon Phillips, Chief Exec of the Global Infrastructure Investor Association, and really excited about the conference that we've got planned in London today. We are expecting a packed room, some fantastic speakers, from politicians through to senior investors across the globe. Should be a really great day.
I think the GIIA forums are so important. They convene veterans from the industry and we share insights and learnings and some case studies as well. So we had so far discussions with asset allocators from Canada, the UK pension plans, Australia. And it's great to see that the GIIA role continuing to grow to support the industry into better places. When you think of the future and what we should be funding, really from a global perspective, you've got the developed world where we have to invest in the modernization of infrastructure, which includes decarbonization, digitalization, and also from the rest of the world, huge industrialization and bringing the level up. So from a developed world perspective, we're thinking about energy transition, about digitalization, key trends. And we can't forget the immense numbers that we have to support, and here supporting the infrastructure asset class. 150 trillion just to bring to 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2050. Or according to the OECD, 7 trillion per year to bring the level up. This is enough opportunity for us to support. And the key driver is data usage, and the AI infrastructure, to which the infrastructure plays now a key role, underpinning and converging energy with data usage and data center infrastructure.
Hi, I'm Janson Radford, a partner at Ashurst. I'm delighted that we've been able to host another annual conference for the GIIA. It's been a fantastic relationship, a wonderful partnership. It's been amazing that the GIIA have been able to attract such high-profile speakers such as Darren Jones, MP, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, as well as Dame Sharon White and others. A fantastic panel session today with Sharon White, Hugh Crosley and Luke Gorton. Lots of interesting insights into the recently published 10-year infrastructure strategy from the UK government. Clearly lots of thinking still to be done, but lots of promise there. And consensus around wanting to see the government deliver on a lot of the promises and keen to be involved in discussions around the delivery models that can be used for each of those projects across the various sectors.
Hi, I'm Sharon White and I am Head of Europe for GIIA, formerly known as CDPQ, and I can't tell you, it has been so exciting and such a pleasure to be part of the GIIA conference today. The opportunities for improving infrastructure, our roads, our hospitals, our cities, our future energy needs, I think has never been higher. I think you've got a government now that's really trying to put a framework in place to work with international investors like ourselves and other private sector companies. And I'm just so pleased to be part of a network that's bringing these conversations together, but also working together both for GIIA, which is about ensuring that all our Quebec citizens are doing really well, but also really improving the productivity, the growth, the living standards, the productive capacity of the UK and internationally.
Hi, I'm Lisa Kelvey, Global Head of Infrastructure and Transport at KPMG. We've had a fantastic event here today with GIIA, talking about the really exciting time in the infrastructure sector, huge amounts of capital being deployed and real increase in attractiveness of the UK and Europe to investors despite all the political uncertainty. Really fantastic time to be in this sector, but some big challenges for us to tackle as well. So we've got to get the right balance with this new money coming in between agility and investing it in the right places, value for money, and balancing all of the competing needs across the different sectors. We've heard a lot this morning about energy, of course, water, defence, transport, and all the social infrastructure. So everything needs to be done, and a fantastic time for our industry. Really great time to be coming with new ideas about how we finance this infrastructure, how we deliver it, and how we use it to build the supply chain and drive economic growth all at the same time.
Yeah, so we've been talking about the political, economic context for investment, particularly in Europe, and I think one of the big messages is that it's obviously a period of enormous change and disruption, a lot of uncertainty, the threats coming from the east, from Russia, and uncertainty about the United States and its role in Europe. But like any period of change, that also produces opportunity. And I think you're seeing that in interest, quite an uptick in investor interest, and the scope of what's possible economically, in security terms, politically in Europe has transformed in the last 6 months. And I think it's an absolutely critical time to be understanding and engaging with what's going on in Europe. And I think the agenda, the investment landscape has radically transformed from what we saw a year ago. Now, how far that will go, that depends on choices, that depends on government choices, that depends on investor choices, but the possibilities have opened up in a way that I think is really interesting.
So it's been another fantastic GIIA event here at Ashurst's office in London. We're so grateful to our sponsors, Ashurst and KPMG, for helping us to put on these kind of events. Yeah, today's been a really high level, high quality of conversation in the room. We've had a packed audience, fantastic speakers. It was really good to get the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Darren Jones, talking to the audience about the recently published infrastructure strategy. And yeah, we've had just a wonderful range of panel conversations taking place, looking at all parts of the infrastructure asset class, from allocations through to investor sentiment in the UK, how Europe is competing on a global scale to attract investment, and lots to talk about on the energy space. Quite an interesting focus actually on emerging opportunities in the defence sector, which is something that I wasn't expecting to hear too much about today, and I think is something we will take away to reflect on at GIIA to see how that presents as an opportunity in the asset class. But overall, we've had a really great day. Once again, thank you to Ashurst and KPMG for their great hospitality and sponsorship, and to all of the speakers that took the time out to contribute to our event. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you all soon.